Over in Killarney, many years ago, me mother sang this song to me in tones. Hey, nobody, Anito, and I am Cancer. The FBI is back in. Always good to have the FBI here because I probably need to be monitored. Alex is back. Itachi, Lixbox. Jason made that one for us. That's a nice meme. I thought it was real well done. Bukaki Tsunami and Ansel, Ivory, Rowan, Timothy's, and Derek's here. Homeboy, and he got a notification. That's always a big plus and unexpected. Nalk and Ivan and Harry, Dan, Ricardo, Mr. Bean Master Ted. My favorite anime is that Spazwise comedy. Vegito Blue, Augustus, and Blair, Ludent, Draconic, Megabird. Excuse me. Superior Spider Boy, Rogue Reaper, Goodness Duru, Ido. You're a ginger too, Ido? Colton, Tristan, Blair. No. Hey, Jeremiah, I should probably put this out there before there aren't any spoilers. Apparently, I've led people to believe certain things, and I don't even know what's coming. Where I am right now, Sasuke is hunting Danzo. I'm at the, the meeting of the Five Kage, and Venus Flytrap has just shown up in the middle of the room, and the Rei Kage jumped down, grabbed him by the throat, but Sasuke and his crew are in the building because he's after Danzo. So I've seen nothing other than that, just so you guys know where I am, so there's no spoilers. And Madara just popped up on Naruto's windowsill, and so it's clearly obvious that it's eventually going to be a Madara versus kind of pretty much everybody. So that's the stuff I wanted to talk about, because that's the stuff I'm fired up about right now. What do you think about International Women's Day? It's a meh to me. I mean, I don't have a problem with people having International Day for this or that. I'm not sure all it accomplishes or anything. Or, I mean, I guess because it's international, there are a lot of places in the world where women are still treated as second-class citizens, and that's wrong. I think a lot of people here in the U.S. complain about it over some issues that are not legitimate complaints, but it is international. So, well, there was all that filler I had to skip, Jeremiah. There was a ton of filler in there. I watched episode 201 this morning. And I watched the video that I normally would be watching tomorrow. I already watched today because I'm going to have a busy day tomorrow. And I know I wouldn't have I was hoping to have enough time to stream, but I definitely wouldn't have enough time to stream and do a video, so I had to try and double everything up. That's how I was so stressed for time the last 2 days trying to catch a day ahead up. Do you agree or condone Sasuke? Goodness Duru. Condone Sasuke's motive of destroying the Hidden Leaf, or would you have him respect Itachi's will and go back home? Well, to be honest, Goodness Duru, what I thought was going to happen is exactly what you laid out in the second part of your question there. When it all transpired between Itachi and Sasuke, my first thought was, oh, well, this is going to send Sasuke back to the Leaf because, having learned all this, he'll want to pick up where his brother left off. Now, that said, after it was shown to me how Sasuke reacted, it's understandable. For me personally, I think he's just like, he's got this life that's bent on vengeance. It's like vengeance is what keeps him going. So I don't know that I would agree, and you can't agree with somebody's feelings, they are what they are, but I would agree with him wanting to take out the entire Leaf when he could have had that more focused on the elders, and apparently from what I'm leaning towards, and, well, Danzo as one of the elders, who put his brother in the bad situation that they did. Because he had a lot of positive relationships, obviously, in the Leaf Village as well. But in his mind, those just didn't come into play. So that makes it hard to root for him 100%, because it's like, dude, but you want to take vengeance on people that had nothing to do with your brother being put in that situation. Fuck you, Danzo. Kabuto versus old people. Did I catch the man bear pig? Someday I will. Just so we can vindicate poor Vice President Gore. Let's see. Oh, I haven't played. Geez, I haven't played any TF2 in ages. I'm lost. I'm seeing parts of the conversation, like from the Ashes. Pretty much just hoping Curtis would see. I didn't see the first part of that conversation. Oh, it's okay. Listen. When just so everybody knows, when we have these chats, I give a topic, and I figure we'll talk about that topic. But anything else you guys want to bring up is fine too. Always, no matter what it is. This isn't an anime question. Sorry. No. Let's say no apologies necessary. Do you think millennials get too much flack, or do you think we're deserving of our hate? I don't care. Just curious. I think in general, you when you have a group that's grouped together simply by the dates they were born, yes, it's too much flack. I mean, it's fun, and you guys know me. Stereotypical humor is hilarious to me, so I'll jump right on board with making jokes about millennials. But how I honestly feel, Spaz Kid's a millennial. I think he's one of the greatest, kindest people I've ever met. I know a lot of millennials who are great people. I know a lot of millennials who are whiners. But in fairness, being an old fart, I know a lot of people from my generation who were major league whiners when they were younger. Some still are. So they do get too much flack. I think it's just magnified by the times we live in, because social media and everything makes it easy for everybody to jump on board. This stuff has gone on forever, from generation to generation, just never had as many platforms for people to be douchebags to one another. That's the way I see it anyway. Would you say Danzo is comparable to Hitler? I can't say yet, Rogue Reaper, because I don't know enough about him. You know, I know obviously he's a slime ball, and he'll do whatever it takes to further his own aspirations. But I got to learn more about him before I could, make that kind of comparison. I think he's got the potential. Maz says, really enjoying rewatching Mitsudomo. Pretty damn funny comedy anime about three sisters, a single father. Had me rolling. I like comedy series. Hold on, I'm just gonna open it, Maz, in another browser window, just so I can look at it when we're done. I just got done reading that article that was recommended to me earlier in the earlier stream about the robot that wants to get pregnant, the one that was given citizenship in Saudi Arabia. So yeah, I like getting this stuff. Okay, Mitsudomo. Okay, cool. I got that page open. Yeah, because I love reading about all that stuff, whether it's just something of general interest like the robot story or something specific to anime. Police girl is an ugly, flat-chested bitch. My big butt. Why would you say something like that? I hate to say this to you, pal, but I hope Joshine strikes you down for that. You deserve one. Because Joshine's the closest thing I have to a deity to believe in. Hey, Pendragon. No, I keep meaning to watch the Mary Poppins teaser trailer, Mega Bird, and I forgot about it. Because that one's been out for a few days, right? If it's one I'm thinking of. I watched the Christopher Robin one, but I haven't seen the Mary Poppins one. I got to see that. So my wife, obviously, will be both those movies immediately when they open. Mary Poppins I'm not as into, but my wife will be fanatical. I'll tell the Rasher Joshine will find you. Exactly, Jeremiah. I'll tell you guys a funny story about Mary Poppins, just a real quick one. You guys know we've been involved with disabled people forever, basically. Well, we had a disabled woman that lived with us for years. She had Down syndrome. Her name was Susie. She came to us. She was, God, how old was she? Susie was probably about mid-30s when she came to us. She lived with us, permanently lived with us for over 15 years until she passed. And she was a pisser. She was one of my favorite people I've ever known. Her and I had the most ball-busting relationship you'll ever see. Well, the one thing about Susie was, don't ask her a fucking question if you don't want the answer. So we finally got a chance to take her to Disney. And fortunately, we got there just in time because she ended up with Alzheimer's, is commonplace with people with Down syndrome. She still had enough wherewithal to enjoy it. So we took her to Disney, and we're walking around. I'll never forget. It's right in Magic Kingdom. Right as you walk in, there's a little candy store there. We're just outside the candy store, and here comes Mary Poppins. And Susie sees her, and she's, oh, Mary Poppins, Mary Poppins. So we jump down the steps, and she goes over to see her. She's Mary Poppins, and Mary Poppins comes over to her and says, oh, hi. And the cast members at Disney World are just phenomenal playing their characters. And she goes, oh, how are you, sweetie, blah, blah, blah. And they talk back and forth a little bit, and Mary Poppins goes, so, do you like my movie? Susie thinks about it, she goes, yeah, not so much. And the girl playing Mary Poppins was so cool. She just caught her shot. You could see it was like somebody went like that to her at first. She was just like, oh, that's okay, sweetie. She goes with that was Susie. Anybody else would have a little bit of tact and say, yeah, they're cool. No, not so much, because those weren't her favorite movies. She loves meeting Mary Poppins, but those weren't her favorite movies, so Mary wasn't going to get over on her. She was going to tell her. Every Sarah statue online is over 300, many 600. Jesus Christ, those are expensive titties. I mean, not that they're not worth it, but holy shit. Wow. Let's see. Do you think Toby is the real Madara? That's certainly what I think. I mean, that's what I've certainly been. Oh, what are you doing? Led to believe. Come on, my gun's still jammed.
Oh, really? What did you do to it?
Let's see. Okay, hold on. Let me catch up here. Oh, good. Somebody got Fahim Ahmed got deleted. Sasuke is storming 5 Kage Summit. He's insane. Well, that's what. Well, you guys will see when you see the reaction to those. That was one of my questions at the end of the video today. Was like, he's not actually going to try and take out Danzo in the middle of the 5 Kage meeting, right? But it certainly seems to be what he's thinking, because as they were walking towards it, Hot Nerd there was saying that okay, the obvious thing to do will be wait till the meeting's over and take him out. But at least where I stand right now, it certainly looks like he's thinking about going right in front of everybody and going after him. What do you think of the Raikage? I think he's a little bit too edgy. He's just like, it's like he you know what it is like, Drex? He makes me think of Roid Freak. He's just like, everything gets him fired up. He's punching holes in the desk, and it's like, dude, calm the fuck down. And wouldn't even hear. Not that I even necessarily agree with everything Naruto was saying to him, but wouldn't even listen to anything Naruto had to say, because Shinobi have to act a certain way, and blah 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 blah, blah, and poofed his chest out. Fool, you fool. Put it this way. I liked Killer Bee better than his brother. Okay, let's see. Raikage definitely needs to take it down a notch. I'd totally be a weed sage ninja. Fuck all these words. I'll just fight for my weed crop. There you go, Rogue Reaper. That's you're growing and imbibing on enough weed. You don't want to fight with anybody. Good call. Ma says Alzheimer's is horrible. It certainly is. My grandpa had it, and I remember a situation where he tried to hit on his own daughter, my aunt. Yeah. It is sad, Maz. It was really, really tough watching Susie go through that. It was very tough. Just to see everything that you've ever known just start to slowly fade away. Yeah, it's very difficult to watch. Very difficult. Let's see. Somebody says, Ansel says, my little brother loves the new Teen Titans reboot. To me, the reboot is nothing but a parody of the old Teen Titans show. The night begins to shine. One of the greatest songs ever. I take so much grief in here all the time, deservedly, because I like Teen Titans Go. I do. Let's see. Chris, here's talk to you on Steam later. I probably won't be on Steam later, Benjamin. I haven't been on Steam in quite some time. I can't. I don't think I'll have any time to be on there today. Wolfie says, I heard Brax got laid. Is his butt burning? Get it? Because you were the catcher?
I don't get it.
He admitted it. He don't get it. No. Yeah. Pendragon says, yeah, my grandmother had to deal with Alzheimer's for over 10 years, too. Couldn't remember anyone anymore. Didn't even recognize her own kid anymore. Yeah. I mean, for me, and I don't want to turn this into something maudlin, but before I got to that stage, I would want to be dead. I wouldn't want to put my family through that. I just want to be, everybody's got to go sometime. It's time. Lachlan says, watched an anime a while ago, and it has the stupidest name in English ever. It is called Legend of the Legendary Heroes. Yeah, that's a really poor translation, isn't it, Lachlan? It's a little bit of redundancy in there. That's good. Summoning Jutsu. Question, how old am I? I am an ancient 56 years old.
Ancient?
Ancient.
I didn't know ancient was that old.
Oh, my ancient, god damn it.
You just want to say that so you can tell people about your ancient Chinese secret.
Ancient Chinese secret, huh? Is that still a thing? You younger guys still remember that old commercial? Ancient Chinese secret, huh? Goodness Duro says, who do you think suffered more, Itachi or Sasuke? You say Itachi's the most torturous soul in Naruto, but Sasuke never had a choice to stop the slaughter because he was too young. True. Just personal opinion, I still stick with Itachi because of the situation he was put in. I mean, come on, let's face it. All those stories are just miserably brutal. So it just, it's splitting hairs, I guess, to call one sadder than the other. It's just the position Itachi was put in. Sasuke was subjected to horrible things. Itachi had to commit horrible, heinous acts, and then couldn't even have a decent relationship with the brother that he did love because of the situation he was put in. I mean, he was just hit from all sides.
Here you go.
Oh, you got it? Thanks, pal. All right, now my knight can begin to shine again. I got my gun back.
We lost a few bullets in the process.
Oh, I'm sure. Jeremiah says, why did the coffee file a police report? Why did the coffee file a police report?
Got me on that one.
Yeah, me too. I don't know, Jeremiah. You're gonna have to hit me with that one. I'm trying to think if I can come up with it. I don't know. Would you be on Sasuke's side if he had tits? Tits would help. I'm not. In fairness, though, I'm not against Sasuke. I think he gets carried away with the whole, constant vengeance thing. But in fairness, I would think that even if he had good tits. It got mugged, the coffee. Yeah. Oh, that was bad. That was awesomely bad, Jeremiah. Oh, yeah. Lixbox said, too, don't forget, guys, because I tend to forget if I have to refresh the page or anything. In the upper corner here, make sure you're on live chat, not top chat, if you want to see everything. Sajil had a good comeback payoff for your joke, too, Jeremiah. He says, because it was black. Oh, that's harsh. That was pretty good. What the hell, Grumpy Cat? Bend over, touch your toes. I will show you where Nico goes. You guys crack me up. You guys are good. Do you think Fritz von Erich played a big part in the death of the 5 von Erich sons? No, I don't really think so. I mean, especially the situation surrounding them. You have suicides in there, and you had what David was acute enteritis or something like that. I mean, no, I don't think so. I don't think he was a great dad, but I don't think he directly had a hand in him. Curtis, is Tsunade your favorite woman in the series, if you get what I mean? In the series? Yeah, probably Rogue Reaper. If none else, I think she's wildly attractive, but she's got the whole MILF thing because she's closer to my age. I do like this. I knew I was going to forget it when I wanted. For some reason, the look of this Kage from, where are they from, guys? The one with the long red hair. Oh, shit. Well, not surprising. I'm not remembering the names, but I think she's gorgeous. Holy crap, is she good looking? What village is she from, you guys? It's going right on my head. Not Conan. Hey, Nightmare Gamer. Mitsukage. Yes, Ito, thank you. Yeah, Lady Mitsukage. Whoa. She is insanely good looking. She might actually... Tsunade's got way better titties, bigger titties, but she might be even better looking than Tsunade. She's gorgeous. I said, why you ignore me? Lady fucking... Wow, Nick. Say what you really think. Yeah, the Mitsukage. She was stunningly. Aside from any perversions, well, as much as I can put them aside, she was just stunningly pretty. As soon as I saw her, I was like, "Holy shit, gorgeous." Mei Terumi, is that? I just know her as the Mitsukage. Mei Terumi. All I know is she's insanely good looking. Dead ass though, Grumpy Cat says. Let's see. Nightmare Gamers having a problem with the computer. You can post a question in here if anybody knows the answer. I'm sure they'll hit you with it. Titsukage. Neji is greater than Mitsukage. Cesaro. Excuse me. Lord Zion says, I melt before my eye. Yeah, she's insanely good looking. How much for Spaz Kid's boy pussy? According to what he said the other day, Alex, all it costs is a meal at Arby's. Can't be more reasonable than that. My favorite villain in the series, Rockstone? Oh, Hedon. Hedon just freaking... I love Hedon. He just cracked me up the whole way. And he was perfectly indicative of the fun of the writing and the conundrums that this series presents, because I had to, to root for the people I like to have their lives be able to go on, basically. I had to root for him to get eliminated, but it was so hard to do it, too, because he was so much fun having around. Hedon was a blast. I keep rooting for him to eat his way out of that burial spot, because he was a blast. Maz, thoughts on the recent negativity towards Toei because of the apparent quality failures in anime like One Piece and Dragon Ball Super? Yeah, I've caught wind of some of that, Maz, but I haven't really experienced it for myself. The only thing I can say, so I can't make an informed opinion at all because I haven't seen what people are talking about, but I'm probably not a good one for that kind of stuff anyway, because again, I'm very, very easy to please when it comes to entertainment, especially if I really like a series. So if they have a plot hole here or there, or if the animation falls off a little bit, I'm the type that'll usually just be like, isn't that peculiar, and just keep going. It doesn't really bother me too much. But I can't talk on it specifically because I haven't seen it yet. I can't wait to get watching more Super, though, especially with all the buzz that's been going around about these final episodes and everything. And I try and stay away from too many specifics, but it sounds like as it's winding down, there was some really, really great storytelling in it, so I'm dying to see more Super. But yeah, my guess is going to be it probably wouldn't be as big a deal to me because, again, I'm so simple, so easy to please when it comes to that stuff. Let's see. Jeremiah says, Alex said he would do it with me for... Alex, he said he would do it with me for... Oh, it was a McDonald's meal, Jeremiah? That's even... Well, no. Actually, that's about the same price. Yeah, I think you... To be fair, though, just for your information, Jeremiah, if you get him Arby's instead, I think he'll be more motivated. That's his favorite. Just so you know. Let's see. Have a gaming PC. Hyper. That I wouldn't be able to tell you. Nightmare Gamer. I don't know. PC 12 gigabyte DDR3 8 gigabyte. Is HyperX3. But the PC runs at 667. No, I don't. I wouldn't begin to guess why. I built Spaz Kids for him, but we haven't had any problems of that sort to have to try and diagnose. And that's the only way I learn things, if I have to figure them out. Let's see. I'm gonna step a bitch and you notice my fucking comments say, also fuck me in the ass with 30 Deku. Naruto is the best thing. I'm loving Naruto, Anime Gamer. Loving it. Loving it. I think so too, Srinivas. Did I say that right? You'll be hyped at the 5 Kage Summit, he says. I'm enjoying it already. Again, where we are, just so you guys know, where I am right now, Zetsu just showed up in the middle of everything. And and we saw the other half of Zetsu and Madara sitting outside. And then the very last thing I see is Madara on... Naruto's windowsill. What's my favorite restaurants? As far as chains, believe it or not, mine is Arby's as well. As far as the chain restaurants, like the fast food places, yeah, it's that one too. Let's see. Are you more ancient than summoning Jutsu Pharaoh Yu-Gi-Oh? I've been saying this for 5 minutes now. I'll fucking read it, please. Are you more ancient than summoning Jutsu Pharaoh Yu-Gi-Oh? Possibly. I've been around a long time. I think I'm a little older than dirt. We were just talking about that, Loot Angel. Have you seen the Mitsukage yet? I was just saying, I hate to slight my sweet Tsunade at all. And Tsunade will always be like an ultimate MILF to me because, again, the age thing. She's one of the few female characters around my age. and those impressive boobies. But as far as just stunning good looks, yes, Mitsukage really struck me. I think she's gorgeous. Gorgeous. Oh, good to see you, Killer T. Sasuke needs to go up and carry on Itachi's will. I mean, take those old goons out and protect the village. That's what I kind of thought, Augustus. That was what I was thinking would happen. But clearly it's not. But again, it's hard to, I guess, for me to put myself in the situation of a kid who's been through the things that Sasuke's been through. However, it does seem that his fight is with the elders of the village, although you would assume one would lead to the other. You would think if Sasuke came in and just offed the elders of the Leaf Village, the Leaf would have to stand up on their behalf. So maybe there's no true other alternative there, but it does surprise me that he just wants to kill everybody in the Leaf, considering that he did have relationships with those people as well. Sasuke's kind of stupid, Angel says. Danzo Trump, do you hate me now? My favorite jutsu. I'm liking that Sage Mode stuff. Sage Mode was pretty badass. I really like that. Maya says, apparently plenty of people are thinking that Toei is trying to pump out way too much content at once and claim that's what's causing problems. I've heard that too, Maz, especially, with the movie coming up and everything. And I've also heard people saying that they're just blasting their way through to get done with Super so they can get all hands on deck for the next, for his next project and everything. And if that's the case, that's too bad. I mean, it would really be selling his own creation short to have something as iconic as the Dragon Ball series and then rush your way through to the end. I mean, that would just it would make no sense to me. Srinita says, Meiturumi Mitsukage the Mist, the hottest character design in the Naruto series, and she is actually young. Is she? I don't know what her age is supposed to be. All I know is she's just, again, she is stunningly beautiful. What's up? First time watching your stream? Oh, it's going good, Brandon. Good to have you. Why didn't Santa have any kids? Because he only comes once a year. Black Hammer. Nicely done. Oh, you're watching it at school? Oh, you're not late, Bosnia. Just about half an hour. We've only been on 29 minutes. Neji is greater than the 5 Kages, damn it. In case any of you that are new here, Cesaro is a major Neji fan. Super Saiyan only exists so that he didn't have to color in Goku's hair in the manga. If that's true, that's freaking awesome. And Maya's personality beats Tsunade's for me. She has that sassy and sexy tone about her. She definitely has a sexy tone to her voice. Yep, I noticed that right away too. Like I said, I think she is stunningly well drawn. She's gorgeous. How tall am I? Just a little under 6 foot, Lixbox. M's in here. Did I see another mod here as well? They're pretty good about. They'll knock down any spoilers. Not sure who's worse, Toriyama or Togashi. I see again. I don't have enough knowledge to make good calls on that. Get out! So Emma's saying the same thing. That's true. He made Goku blonde so he didn't have to waste time and ink filling in his hair. No shit. That's actually kind of funny. I kind of respect that. Actually, I think that's kind of cool. Chris, do you think Jose Gonzalez should have gotten life in jail for killing Bruiser Brody? He might have if Tony Atlas would have been willing to go back to Puerto Rico and testify, but he wouldn't go. So, I mean, and plus we all know that, especially at that time, the Puerto Rican justice system was not a bastion of fair play. Let's see. Maz says, on that note, one of the reasons why Cell isn't seen as Super is because animating his spots is apparently a pain in the ass. Get out of here! I didn't know all this stuff. Oh man, Cell is clearly my favorite villain in Dragon Ball. I love Cell. And he only didn't come back in Super because of the annoyance of animating his spots? Oh, that kind of sucks. I mean, especially with the legacy of that series, just on the licensing alone, it can't be like they're hurting for money to pay animators. Holy shit. You never reacted to my "you had one job"? I'm not sure what we're talking about there, Nightmare Gamer. Oh, good. Big Green's here too. Okay, good. Then we have 2 mods in here, so we should be fine. Can you? So Pendragon says, "Oh, so can you even watch the stream if you have to go to work? I'm lucky that I can watch it every evening after work. It must be difficult." And so, he's talking. Okay, I thought the question was for me. It's obviously for someone else. Have I ever been insulted for being an anime fan? So far, I don't think, other than just in the normal ball busting we all do. I don't think genuinely insulted. The bigger question is, can I be insulted for it? I don't think you could insult me. If somebody doesn't like that I'm an anime fan, I really don't. I honestly, genuinely, 100% don't give a shit. So I maybe the person throwing the words at me might consider them insulting, but I wouldn't. Again, especially with my tastes being the way they are, and you guys know this, I'm 56 years old, and the things I enjoy are things like cartoons. I like animations. Right before the stream, I was just watching some old, why'd it go right on my head? Fairly Odd Parents reruns and stuff. That's the kind of things I like. So to me, there's no sense in hiding it. If somebody thinks that it's weird, bizarre, or whatever that I like them, fuck them. I don't care. Do people comment about your phone case? Yeah, I get that a lot, Jeremiah, because, well, if nothing else, I have had, for any of you who don't know what my phone case is, I've had a lot of compliments on it. A lot of Dragon Ball fans will point it out and go, oh, that's cool. But generally what I get, which I understand, because a lot of people don't know the character, and they're like, dude, I never pictured you for the kind of guy with a big pink phone case. And so that I get. I probably wouldn't have pictured me with a big pink phone case either. Tommy Wiseau as Naruto. You are tearing me apart, Sasuke. That's good. I can picture that too. Woo, spring break. I'm going to steal a boat. Attaboy, Charlie. Yeah, my Spaz Kids is one of his best friends. Goes to college here fairly locally, just down the road a ways. And he's going to come over at some point, I think next weekend, spend some time with Spaz Kid on his spring break. Wolfie changed his screen name to Fuck Braxton. Hail Hydra. Let's see. As Troy Kearney saying, really, as much money Toei makes off Dragon Ball, Super Sentai, Power Rangers, and Kamen Rider, that's a shocker. I don't see what he's reacting or what he's commenting to. You know what comment was made? But yeah, I just assume Toei would be quite well off with just, again, the licensing on Dragon Ball alone. Holy shit, how many officially licensed Dragon Ball items are out there. Ryan, I'm 31. I will enjoy this stuff at 41, 51, 61. I'm with you. I'm a big believer in that. Well, obviously, because how my life has turned out. But shit, because you hit a certain age doesn't mean you have to stop liking certain things. I mean, I've always found cartoons entertaining. I like silly humor. I like artistry. The artistry of comics, I think a lot of I have a huge appreciation for that because I can't draw at all and always wished I could. So, and I just think, especially modern ones, I think cartoons and even more so anime is just much better written in general than the fare you get on like primetime TV. I think it's way better written. Let's see. My favorite dude. He said favorite food dude, and I said favorite dude. My favorite food, it's it's kind of toss up. It's like anybody else, kind of what you're in the mood for. But as far as things I could eat every day, pizza. I'm a pizza freak, and unfortunately, red meat. So that combination is what will eventually kill me. Burgers, steaks, anything like that. Roast beef, one of my favorite things in the world. Ito says, I got my 8-year-old daughter to know Goku by name, so that's a start. Yep, she's on her way. Well, it's funny you say that. I was just talking to my grandson. The grandkids were over last night, and I was telling my grandson, I said, "Co, you gotta start watching some anime with Grandpa. I gotta get you into anime." And he's like, "Yeah." So I'll have to do that. I'm trying to figure out which one to have him check out first. Rowan said his favorite food is pizza with pineapple. Don't kill me, Curtis. Yeah, that's if I believed in sacrilege, that would be sacrilege. Tristan says, just got a call from home. Ah, lost another cat. That's 2 in 3 months? What the hell, man? I was going home for... I'm sorry to hear that, Tristan. That sucks. Losing pets is so difficult. Jeez. Seriously, I'm sorry to hear that. Super's ending because the voice of Bulma died. Well, I've heard a lot of... Brandon, I've heard a lot of different ideas as to why Super is ending. I've heard a lot of that Toei wants all hands on deck to do a movie, and he just wants to get Super out of the way. It could, any of it could be true. Early 2000s Cartoon Network versus 2010s Cartoon Network. Oh, gosh, D. See, the tough thing for me is my memory. When I try and do something like that without looking at a list, I'm going to forget specific shows that probably would have tipped it one way or the other. Just trying to run them through my head. Boy, it's tough because there's a lot of series in both I really like. Of course, the early 2000s ones were the ones that Spaz Kid and I watched together when he was little, and the 2010 era ones are ones. Well, I said when he was little, we still watch them together. So I don't know. I think overall, and this is off the top of my head, remembering again the aforemmentioned. Well, you know what? You had Grim Adventures in there too, and I love that. Yeah, I'll give a slight edge to the early 2000s. Oh, looks like everybody else is saying that. Early 2000s probably. I almost forgotten about Billy and Mandy. Oh, and Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends. Yeah, that was. Oh, Foster's was so freaking good. Yeah, okay, I'll stick with early 2000s. Any tips on choosing a freelance niche? For me, Alex, when I freelanced, it was very broad because what I wrote were SEO is always a good thing. If you're going to freelance, right, I encourage everybody to learn good search engine optimization writing because you're going to have a lot of market for that. So SEO, and then I did a lot of just general research writing, and I marketed myself that way. So basically, if somebody wanted an article written about anything, I would write it. Would just go out and research it, find out all the information, and write it up. So if you do that, you're pretty much covering all areas. But the only thing I can highly recommend is make sure you're well versed in SEO because that's where a lot of the work is. The 5 Kage arc is good. I'm enjoying it already. Eternal Brightness. Again, the Rei Kage, man, he's got to calm down on the steroids. He's just too juiced up. Dude has got to take a yoga class. Fave Naruto moment. Mine is Minato saving Naruto. That was cool. Boy, to narrow Naruto down to one favorite moment. Funniest of all, but one of the funniest moments for me is still freaking Hidan. I can't control my body. I really liked the Konohamaru Remember My Name. That was badass as hell. I really liked where Naruto first drops in on the Toads to battle Pain. That was a cool, iconic scene. And probably has a lot to do with because I don't like Kabuto, but I really liked the scene where Naruto was protecting Tsunade and took the blade to the hand from Kabuto. So there's a few of them in there. Would you stomp on a puppy for $10,000? Oh, sure. I'd stomp on a. If you'll buy me the big roast beef meal at Arby's, I would do it for that. No, no, I wouldn't. Not for $10,000. Nope. As much as, don't get me wrong, I'm not a rich man. $10,000 is a lot of money. I couldn't do that for 10 grand. Now, I won't be shallow enough to say, oh, there's no amount of money I would ever do that for. Because I think anybody that says that is either wildly rich or lying. But not for 10 grand now. Do I ever go through seasonal depression? I don't myself, Mega Bird. I have a lot of sympathy for anybody who does, and I can understand why it happens. Since I was young, and when I was younger, I went through some depression. I've told you guys before, I was homeless at one point. So I went through bouts of depression. But as I've gotten older, I handle those things really well in the respect that I hate being depressed. Not that anybody likes it, but I've gotten myself, and this is just for me, into a routine where if I feel myself getting depressed, I hate the feeling of being depressed so much it's easy for me to focus elsewhere on something good that's coming up, on something potentially good that's coming up, and I can usually pick myself out of it fairly easily. Now, if something were to happen to a member of my family or something, I don't know how I would be able to deal with that. But for day to day, no, I don't generally go through a lot of issues with depression, fortunately. One random person, ORP, says, today has been a rough day at work. I started at 3 and finished at 12. Ooh, 9-hour shift. Now I have to start again, so thank you. There's something to listen to. Oh, man, holy shit, that's a rough schedule, ORP. Well, thank you for hanging in and hanging out with us. The only thing I can tell you there, my friend, is I've been there. It sucks. Oh, I've worked, just like you, some of those long shifts, some of those back-to-back shifts. Man, when I used to work in the liquor distributing warehouse, we used to work some hellacious long overnight shifts. Samurai Lord Mifune is a beast, you will see. Oh, I'm assuming, so they said, Jumkal, they mentioned that the Land of Iron, I think it is, where the 5 Kage meeting is, that they're protected by samurai, so I'm thinking maybe one of them. Oh yeah, that'll be cool. I'm up for that. I'm anxious to see that. David Bowie Louis says. I feel like homelessness sucks, speaking from personal experience. Yeah, it was a tough time, Novelty. It was. So, I can sympathize with you guys when you go through it. Fortunately for me, I don't currently have issues with it. I love Mike Guy's voice in the English dub, Curtis. Makes me laugh every time I hear it. You and me both, Sajil. You and me both. That's one of the reasons I love him so much. And he's got that voice. He's just so upbeat all the time, Lee. I love it. Hey, Richie. Rowan says, depression is the worst thing. I'm living in a country filled with war. Ugh. Many people are dying. We've lost so many loved ones. It's hard not to get depressed. That's hard, Rowan. That's something that, we are spoiled in America that anybody alive in America now has never really faced war on their own home front, on their own land. So I can't even imagine. I'd be lying to say that I could. I can't even imagine how difficult that is to go through, to live with that every day. I just, again, I can't even imagine. I feel for you. I used to be depressed about death, but eventually I just stopped. Well, that's the thing to expect. You always hope, whatever level of depression anybody is dealing with, that's what you hope for, is you can just, it's hard, but it's just, you got to get over that hump and get past it. And I know that's why I say, even as an atheist, I don't have any problem with people of religion at all. And in a lot of ways, I envy them, because there's got to be a certain amount of comfort in that knowledge that there's something better, in the next step and everything. And I admire that. And I hope you're right. It's not what I think, but I hope you're right, because it would be cool to have that kind of thing to hold on to. Art is the power of youth. Art is posting spoilers. Wolfie. Big Green says, Wolfie, banning people for doing that is also art. Wait, we don't ban Big Green. Remember, we're on Google, YouTube. Use the proper terminology, please. Spoilers, Naruto ends with an epic fisting match. I kind of thought that might... That's not even a spoiler, Chrome. I kind of figured. I thought that was coming at some point. Yeah, it was going to end in fisting somehow. You just verified it for me. You didn't really spoil it. Let's see. We hide now. Yeah, D Major. I'm sorry, we hide people. Right, Big Green. Got to get it right, because, YouTube had to change the terminology, because banning someone might make them feel bad. YouTube. And that video you guys showed me yesterday, that Women's Day video, holy crap. That's the only thing I can say is that's being panned pretty much universally. Even people on the left are going, you completely missed the fucking mark with that, they're saying. I see you, bye, love. Oh yeah, Bosny, absolutely. Let me show you guys. If any of you haven't seen it, I'll take Bosny's here. Look at this. Here's your options. Hide user on this channel. You cannot ban someone anymore. It's hide. 100% real, Bosny. It's nuts. Do you think freelance writing can replace my day job? It's not impossible, Alex. It takes a lot of work, a lot of grinding. There's a lot of freelancers out there. If you can be lucky like I was and get if you can get a couple of really regular customers, clients, that takes you a long way towards it. I think I told you guys I had a gentleman from New York City who was a party planner who just sent me so much work. If you can find somebody like that, or a couple people like that, sure, it can. But it's, like I say, you got to really get out there and grind. You got banned? No, you have to get hidden now, Eli. That didn't show up on the screen? I didn't know that. I see, because when I click over here, my monitor from my software drops down. It drops to the tray, so I don't get to see what you guys are seeing. Oh, I didn't know that. That's really weird. Why would it not pick that up? That's really weird. Oh, well. You'll have to take my word for it then, I guess. I don't know. Oh, you did see it, Edo? Oh, okay. I was going to say, I don't know why it wouldn't, and Xbox out. I was going to say, I didn't know why it wouldn't pick it up. Because I use XSplit, and XSplit should see that. Oh, for fuck's sake, one of those days when everyone fucking comment after I do, Steven. Some days it seems like that, doesn't it? Let's see. It's on the screen, but it cuts off, D Major. Yeah, because I only have a certain amount of the live chat area, of course. I only have a part of it captured, so we can see what's being said. But not the hide option. I probably had to grab somebody up higher. Maybe you would see it. And then it just dropped right back down on me again. What do you think of B's rap skills? I'm not a good judge, Flying, of that type of thing, so not being a huge rap fan. But I like the guy, Killer B. I think he's cool as hell. His rap skills, I'm thinking they might be average. Oh, no, you got some lag, Maz? Let me see what I'm getting up here. Yeah, yep, we're getting a little bit right here myself. What the hell's going on? Yeah, why are we lagging? I'm seeing the lag on the outgoing stream, but I'm not getting any information potted on my desktop. Or on my panel here. Come fucking on. Are you for real? Yep, I see it happening. God damn it, that pisses me off. Sasuke and Naruto start developing at a rapid pace from the 5 Kage Samurai arc. Do they, Shanivas? That'll be cool. I'll enjoy that. Again, these items I mentioned here, I am so anxious to see this whole Sasuke versus Danzo showdown, and so anxious to learn more about Madara. But I still find it hard to believe that Sasuke is just going to go flying into the middle of a 5 Kage summit to try and take Danzo out there. What if your life just gets cut like the Sopranos ending? I was never a Sopranos fan, D. Brent, so I know everybody complains that the ending just was totally off the wall and settled nothing, but I don't have firsthand knowledge of it. Now the video output is, now the server is telling me that it's gone to shit. I guess this is one of the longest strings we've had of live streams, guys, without having major lag, so I guess it was bound to happen. Yeah, it's lagging everywhere now, Galahad. Now it's on the outgoing server. It's bad. It's way down right now. Hulk Hogan or Killer B? Between the two, Sean Anthony, I'm a Killer B fan all the way. Yeah, it's bad right now, Damien. I apologize, guys, but it's on the outgoing server now. Now I'm getting the notification. I guess we had too much luck, guys. We've been too many days in a row where we didn't have all this crap. It's getting a little bit healthier now. We'll see. Have you heard about the YouTube Union created by Jorg Sprave, the creator of the Slingshot channel? I think it's something we should get. Oh, no, I haven't even heard about that, Dark Slifer. No, I haven't heard about that. We got Yu Yu Hakusho on the list of possibilities here. Again, that'll be when we decide on something new. It always comes down to I get feedback from all you guys. That's, again, how we ended up doing Naruto. Yeah, the lag is really bad. Really bad. And it's not even showing any signs of letting up at all. Because I've got it right here on my desktop here. Yeah, it's real bad. Let's see. Next Naruto episode will be out tomorrow. Same as always. What do you think of the old man Kage of the Hidden Stone? He's like a quirky little dude, isn't he? And it was funny too with the and again her name's gone right on my head again with the hot Kage there. The way they introduce it, you think the Kage is originally that like 130-year-old guy with the cane. I'm like, what the fuck? How many Kage are there that are at death's door? And then it makes you realize that it's the hot chick instead. It's like, yeah, that worked. Oh, thanks, Dan Smile. That's nice of you to say. Rinnegan is cool. It's close for me. My favorite jutsu between Sage Mode and Rinnegan. Those are close. It's up and down, Maz. It's still from the server end. The server that I'm sending the stream to is still having issues. Okay, Lexbox. Thanks for hanging out while you could. What animes would you like to see have a crossover? I don't know, Mega Bird. I'd have to think about that. I've never really thought about it. Yeah, I'd have to think about it. Think about the characters and how they would work into one another. Excuse me. Lewd Angel says, it's more the younger people who get insulted for liking anime. Myself, I was never insulted because of only the occasional tease. Most people I hang out with are very accepting. Yeah, it's like, and like I say, Lewd, the way I look at stuff like that, somebody wants to bust my balls for liking anime. I guess it's the background I have in doing stand-up and stuff. I'm really good at ball busting contests. They think they're going to get over on me just busting me about anime. It probably won't end well. I'm sure I can find something to come back at them with. Sharingan is pretty overpowered too, but at least you can go blind. Oh, I didn't think about that, Pendragon. That the Rinnegan, he's mentioning that the Rinnegan you seem to be able to use without a lot of side effect, whereas, yeah, the Sharingan, you end up blind. It's true. I hadn't really thought about that. Hey, well, I got you guys here before. React to Baruto next. Srinivas, I probably won't do Baruto just because even though it is, it's still the same fair use situation that I'd be doing this in, I'm just not comfortable with reacting to a series that a company currently has out there. At least with the original Naruto and Shippuden, it's all done. Everybody's seen it. I'm not real comfortable doing reactions to one that's still current and live. What I was starting to tell you guys, I got my phone right here next to me because my wife is supposed to be coming home from work early today. We got a bunch of stuff we wanted to do. That's why we did an anime chat. I was going to do reaction video stream, but I didn't want to take a chance on having a whole bunch of videos lined up and then have her come home and have to go. But what the hell was that leading me towards? You guys got to help me think. I want to do something. One, I like giveaways. Two, to help get the word out even more about Rauha, because I'm getting a lot of work done on the first actual book of Rauha. So to get more word out about the prologue, I've been thinking about having a giveaway of some sort when we sell all 1,000 of them. In all seriousness, any of you guys got any good ideas on something cool and really different that we could do as a giveaway to try and promote the prologue? Edgar says, hi, Curtis. Hi. What's the shadiest thing you've ever seen in your wrestling days? Do wrestlers ever have the urge to use the restroom? Oh, while working a match? It happens. I was lucky. It never happened to me. The creepiest thing I've ever seen, I don't know about shadiest. I saw it more than once, but one was really obvious. I saw a dude pop a boner during a match. That was not well received in the locker room. I'm not going to give any names. I'm going to shit anybody about something like that. Dude was a little bit different anyway, put it that way, and he did get the shit kicked out of him later on in the locker room. But that was probably the creepiest thing I've ever seen. That sticks in my mind. It's just like, that dude, that shouldn't happen. There's no reason for you to sport wood in the middle of a wrestling match unless there's something kind of wrong with you mentally. Give away Spaz Kid's virginity. He did Discerning Prophet. I was in the back, saw the whole thing. Yeah, it was, but again, That's and I don't say this apologetically. That's the nature of the business. He got his ass beat for it. He can't control his trouser snake. Well, the concern, Maz, was who wants to be working a match with a dude that's gonna pop a boner on you in the middle of a match. Yeah, he was a different kind of guy. Anyway, the next episode is a ton of action. Oh, that's cool, Jeremiah. I like knowing that. And again, I don't want to shit on anybody, but he was definitely different. Make a girl with big tits and Rauha. That'll probably happen, Itachi. You know me. One of my favorite moments in Naruto is when Naruto and the Ramen Sky daughter had a fight over dipping noodles. That was funny, says Gio. That was funny. I enjoyed that whole sequence. Yeah, because that was when she had just come back from like a culinary school or something. Yeah, I remember that. That was funny. Well, thank you, Discerning Prophet. That's very nice of you to say. But I like that scene as well. Who's my favorite WWE superstar? Of all time, you got to go way back to my day when I was a kid. It was Bruno Sammartino, so he'll always be my favorite. Of the more current crop, I think Undertaker was one of the greatest wrestlers I've ever seen, and definitely the greatest gimmick. Of the current guys, I'd have to think on it for a while. Rey Mysterio is a phenomenal worker, phenomenal wrestler. Favorite Naruto moment was when Neji almost killed Hinata, damn it. That pissed me off when that first happened, Cesaro. Because Hinata just immediately, I obviously at that point during the tuning exams, I had just met her, but she was so sweet and gentle and innocent right from the get-go, and it's like, what's this fucking guy's problem? And his name is John Cena. Lewd Angel says, if Rauha doesn't have big titty my like character, I'd be super disappointed in Curtis. I'm going to be posting in the Roja. For any of you who don't know, there's an exclusive area at our Discord called Roja 1K, where people that own one of the first 1,000 books can go, because I get guidance in there from them. Ideas on how to move forward with plot lines and stuff like that. We're just getting it really set up, and I'll be posting in there either later today or tomorrow. I just wrote a new character. Actually, it's named right here. It's named after Maz, because what I do when I want to name a character, I will go in and I either go into the comments section of a video and start scrolling, or I go to one of our chat videos and just start watching the chat scroll. And the first one of you guys that has a name that pops up that seems to connect with the character, I use it. And so Maz has got the latest character, and he's one of my favorites. The character's name is actually Danny Mazurski, but everybody calls him Maz for short. And he's one of my favorite characters that I've written so far. No, Chris, maybe I was a masochist. Everyone has their fetishes. Yeah, and fetishes don't go over well in a wrestling locker room, Galahad. Yeah, Bruno was the man. Novelty. Hold the belt for 8 years, then come back and do another run for 3 more. That was just crazy. He was awesome. Discerning Prophet said he would say his favorite moment, but it's a major spoiler. Yeah, that's the only thing that makes it tough with me not being through all the way. Sometimes the big things are yet to come for a lot of you. Excuse me. Oh, we watched tons of One Piece clips, Eli Bo, in the live streams. That's what got me interested in One Piece. I'm very interested. I know, where is Mark, brother? I'm very interested in One Piece. Ultimately interested, more so than any other series right now. It looks really, really good. Oh, hi, Mark. Chris, what was wrestling shows did you watch on a weekly basis back then? When I was a kid, you only had the one Megabird. There was the WWF, it was called at the time, had a weekly show. It was tapings they did in Philadelphia every week. And it came on, for me locally, it was 11 a.m. on Sundays. That was the only wrestling you got to see. Then later on, when cable came around, you got to see some stuff from Madison Square Garden. If I went to my grandmother's where they had cable, I could watch some MSG stuff. But originally, that was it. And so I was like glued to the TV at that point. The wrestling and the old Batman series, those were my 2 TV shows. The thing I remember, before wrestling, every Sunday, was a show called Wally's Workshop. It was a little locally produced show about this dude named Wally. and his wife, and it was a little home improvement show, and they were so goddamn dorky. I hated fucking Wally. Because to me, Wally just represented the last speed bump before I could watch my goddamn wrestling and see Chief Jay Strongbow and the crew. I hated Wally. I still want to punch Wally to this day. I'm sure he's long dead. You can call me your muse all night, Curtis. Well, I'll tell you, Maz, that the character named after you, again, I think you guys will like him too. Those of you who get into the series, he's just a good dude. He's just such a chill dude. This guy. If Curtis was born 30 years later, to be a brony. I don't think so, Queebry. That was just never really that My Little Pony type of storytelling. Because for me, in all fairness, I wouldn't need to be born 30 years later because they came out just like everything else when I was still wildly into cartoons. It was just never the type of cartoon that interested me. Maybe a boner guy was trying to try out a new move. That's pretty much why he got his ass kicked gone in the locker room, because that's what we were afraid of. He was trying out a new move. Let's see. No, I haven't seen Poppy today. Now that you mention it, Timothy. No, I haven't. I'll have to. She just might have something going on now. She just ordered the Roja prologue because I just sent it out to her yesterday. But she's usually here. She might just have something going on right now. I think now, if I'm not mistaken, Poppy's in Britain too, so it's after 7 o'clock for her. Who took Poppy? Indeed, Poppy will be back. She's always back with us. Because My Little Pony is for girls, Curtis. The Happy Green says. oh, thanks for being with us while I could, Anime Gamer. I got to go myself here shortly. Again, I got a few things to do. I haven't done all my usual daily running. I haven't gone to the post office yet or anything, and my wife will be getting out of work soon. How far am I in Naruto, JJ? I just watched episode 201 today, this morning. So YouTube kicks me from the stream. Did it, Steven? Nothing surprises me. For some of you were with us, what was it, a couple weeks ago, guys? YouTube was randomly signing me out. As I'm hosting the stream, they were signing me out of my goddamn account. That was fun. Yeah, YouTube. Oh, welcome and haven't had breakfast yet? Yeah, I never go long in between eating, Megabird. Get some food. Get some food, my friend. I think my dad was almost a pro wrestler, but he went to police academy instead. It's funny because I went to a police academy when I lived in Roswell, New Mexico. When I was young, my life would have taken a whole new direction if it weren't for the fact I told you guys I was a ginger, and for some reason I had a wicked bad reaction to the sun in New Mexico, that beating harsh sun, and I couldn't stay on the force because I couldn't stay out in it that long. And now, as I've gotten older, and the doctor explained it to me, I don't really understand it, but my pigmentation has changed, my body chemistry has changed. I can hang out in the sun all day long, it doesn't bother me. But it ruined that for me. Spice Kid's downstairs with his girlfriend. They're hanging out today. I was watching an episode right now. You're at 204 because it's so damn long since I watched Naruto and I have to refresh my mind. Yeah, I like that Pendragon. It's always cool when you guys go ahead, and it makes me feel good too that reacting to these videos is actually inspiring more views for the original as well. That makes me feel good. Let's see. Poppy is dead. Mark killed her. That wouldn't even be funny gone. Mark had a lot of issues, so. This morning, and Digital Jedi plays. This morning I was signed out on all devices. Like, are you fucking kidding me? Yeah, what? I've had that happen to me too, Digital. All Google related sites and everything. What the fuck is that about? But that was your body might be even weirder than yourself, Curtis. Maybe. But the strangest one for me was still that day that they just kept fucking logging me out of my own live stream. Probably the alien radiation, Garrett Bean. As a matter of fact, when I lived there, I worked in a bus manufacturing plant. I don't think it's there anymore. But anyway, the one section I used to work in when I worked in the soldering section, when we'd have the overhead door open, because it was on the old Air Force base there. It was called Roswell Industrial Air Center. It used to be an Air Force base. When you had the one overhead door open, supposedly you were looking right out on where they were supposed to have brought the alien bodies when they found them. So that was kind of creepy. And back then they didn't really use the whole alien thing at all they didn't market themselves about the aliens. And since I've left in the early 80s, they finally figured out, holy shit, we got a gold mine here. And now, I guess if we go to Roswell, there's all kinds of shops and everything by alien this, alien that. But when I was there, they completely missed out on that. Get signed out to YouTube. YouTube, do you hate me now? Pain destroyed a village in 5 seconds. Are you ready for Madara? I'm not sure I'm ready for Madara, Eternal Brightness. Just from legend alone, it sounds like this is gonna get pretty intense. Hey, Javi Azmi. Curtis works at Area 51. Yeah, it was. Well, this was supposedly where. And the funny thing was, back there when I lived there, and I got to remember, this is early 80s. So a lot of people in Roswell, the older folks, had all lived through it. And the funny thing with them is when you talk to them, they acted like it was a matter of fact that something happened. And they weren't a lot of kooks or run around saying, oh, the government's hiding this from us, that from us. But they would tell you, they said, oh, yeah, something really big happened that night because they saw all the government vehicles, and there were apparently people from the government telling people to get back inside, and so on and so forth. And they'd be first to tell you, we don't have any idea if it was aliens or what it was. But when the government tries to tell you it was nothing, that's a lie, because they said the way they reacted, it was either something or they thought it was something at the time, one of the two. Yeah, I was pretty much Yahiko, people. Yep, I had the bright orange hair and everything. Aliens are real. They're like probing anuses for scientific studies. All it seemed to be was tourist traps. That's what I hear, James. It's funny, too, because, again, back when I lived there, they didn't even embrace the whole alien thing. But now, from what people tell me and videos I watched on YouTube, it's all about everything's alien down there now. But they never really took advantage of it back in the early 80s. It was man, bear, pig. That, I believe, gone. I'm super serial. The declassified ship from Roswell is interesting as hell. Oh, I'm sure. All kinds of weapons tech developed during WW2 and the Cold War. Really, yeah, I that stuff fascinates me, Maz. I would be wildly interested in that. But it's fun. And again, I'm sure a lot of those people, unfortunately, by now have passed on, but because they were rather old at the time. But they would tell you, and again, you tended to believe them because it wasn't hyperbole. They weren't hyping it up like it was some big deal and they wanted attention. They would just tell you, yeah, this is what happened to me. I was told to get back in my house. I saw military vehicles coming through. There were sirens. There was this. They said, so the people there would tell you something happened. Now, if it could have been nothing, but like they said, at the time at least, they certainly thought it was something just by the way they reacted. What do rednecks do for Halloween? Pumpkin. Oh, Sinbad. That's an awesome pun right there. I like that one. Oh, that's awesomely bad. Oh. YouTube signing out thing must be some sort of scheduled repair. Something could be Pro Red Wing. Could be. I have pictures of myself when I was younger somewhere. I don't think I have any digitized on the computer. I could scan some at some point for you guys if I remember. I've got some somewhere. I know we got some old albums in the back here, so I got them somewhere. What would you do if Kabuto killed Tsunade and the Mitsukage? I'd have to actually go out on a hunt for Sajil. I'd get locked up because I'd be out there actually trying to hunt down and kill a animated character, a fictional character, because that would piss me off. That's it. That was a good one, wasn't it, Steven? I like that. I'd never heard that one. Megabird says, Curtis, do you think North Korea is going to do anything? I'm guessing like everybody else. I honestly think a lot of people are thinking it's a trap, and it could be. I honestly think the sanctions, coupled with the fact that, and I'll be the first to admit, Trump's a psycho, but this may be one of those cases where being a psycho worked to our advantage. I just think they've been hit so heavily with sanctions, and they, recently they know that the flow from China has decreased a lot. The flow of trucks coming in from China is really way down. I think the sanction, coupled with the fact that even the Kim regime has had to admit that Trump's nuts. And the thing that is most important above all to Kim Jong-un is staying in power. And I think he's come to realize that they're almost at a tipping point where they even believe the next nuclear test, the next missile, might result in something happening to their country that they didn't want to have happen, and will certainly happen will result in their deaths, or probably their death, and at the very least them being out of power. That's what I honestly think happened. Now Trump might have backed into that by mistake, but it might be a happy mistake just that he acted the way he did. Maz says, apparently one of the big alien sightings was actually a testing of a piece of tech that was supposed to detect nuclear tests from around the globe. Oh, I hadn't heard that one. That would make sense, though, Maz, especially back in that era. Yeah, because you were really still in the relatively early days of nuclear weaponry. That would make sense. And that's why I say, too, even the people in Roswell used to say, it may have been nothing, but if it was nothing, they found out later it was nothing, because at the time, they certainly thought it was something big. Did you ever find Orochimaru more annoying than Kabuto? No, said Jill, not more annoying. I think Orochimaru was a badass villain. I think he did more heinous things, but as far as, strictly on the annoyance factor, nobody has been more annoying to me than Kabuto. Wayne says, how much do I bench? I don't, when I go to the gym, I don't go to max hardly at all anymore, just because you get older. It's just too much of a beating on your joints and stuff. Typically, I don't know how it relates to kilograms because we obviously use pounds here, but I go up to 225, and it's usually like 12 to 15 reps I can get at 225, which is just the bar and two of the big plates on each side. King Sinbad says, by the way, you should read The Gaia Hypothesis. It's a read on how the Earth cleanses itself and all the natural disasters, outbreaks, virus, etc. is its way of getting rid of humans because it sees us as an infection. That's kind of cool. Hold on, King Sinbad. I keep extra windows open so that later I can go back and check out this stuff. Hold on, let me pull it up because I like reading shit like that. Again, that read that somebody recommended to me earlier about the the AI that wants to get pregnant. That was cool. Let me see. Overview Gaia theory. Let me go right. I'll start at their wiki. Okay, I got that open now too. I've got that one open, and I've got the Mitsudomo open. I want to check out both those when we're done. Yeah, thanks for that, King Sinbad. I like checking out stuff like that. I enjoy that shit. I can mail the actual short novel if you like. By all means. The only thing I always tell everybody, just because I don't want anybody to think that I don't appreciate something, I have so little time I hardly ever get to read. That's why I'm like, I hate admitting this, I've become a Cliff's Notes guy. You guys, I don't know, are Cliff's Notes even still a thing? But basically, whenever I want to learn about something, I got to go to Wikipedia or a site that will break it down in quick numbers of paragraphs for me so I can move on to the next thing. It's sad to admit that. That's why I still haven't gotten through the manga that Hai sent me because I can never find time to read. Let's see. How are you, bald albino Biggs? An AI that wants to get pregnant, send me that link, boy. I don't have any more Red Wing. I read it and then I closed the page out. Hold on a second. Let me see, real guys. Let me check my history. See if I can find it in my history. Let's see. It would have been during the last stream that I looked at it. So let me. God, about what? Okay, so it had to be in here somewhere. I opened it. Shit. Of course, now I'm not finding it. It was pretty. Oh, here it is. Here it is. Hold on. If this is the right one. Yeah, it's a Newsweek article. Hold on. I'll put the link in the chat right now, you guys. It's pretty interesting read. The fuck? Oh no, I'm on the wrong page. That's why. Here we go. Here's the link, you guys, for anybody who wants to read the whole thing about the AI that wants to get pregnant. I thought it was pretty fascinating. It was cracking me up. Curtis with a full afro. Yeah, that would be pretty bizarre, Patrick. The whitest man in history with a full afro. Page not found? Why the fuck does it do that? It does that shit all the time when I copy and paste a link into. Let me try something. Let me paste the link. Hold on. I copied copied it again. Hold on. Let me copy it again just to make sure. Why it does that all the time when I try and paste links just into the chat. Let me take out the last number and put it back in. Sometimes that'll actually change it. Try that, guys. What do you get? I'll hit it myself too. Page not found. God damn, how the fuck is that possible? I'm taking it directly from there. I'm at a loss. I don't know what the hell else to put in there. That's the exact link that I'm looking at. Oh, it worked for you, King Sinbad? What the fuck is going on with that? Yeah, I mean, there's no more I can do than that. I copy and paste it directly. Hold on, let me do this. Try this, guys. Let me just put in without the HTTP, www, the whole nine. Try that. Just take that, instead of hyperlinking, just copy that from mine and paste it into your browser. Maybe it'll work that way. Put a wig over that robot skull and she could get it. No doubt, Andrew. I was thinking basically the same thing when I read it. You need to use a bit LY generator for your links. Oh, okay, Big Green. I didn't even know that. Okay. Thank you. I'll have to do that then. When we're having streams like this, general conversation streams, where I might want to link, I'll keep bit.ly open so I can generate new links. But in the meantime, you guys, if you do that, if you just copy that and put that in your browsers, that should work. It is pretty fascinating, isn't it, Steven? Some people made a fairly good point, though. It's kind of bizarre that she became a citizen in Saudi Arabia, where they basically refuse rights to human women. So that was that's kind of messed up. Guys, unfortunately, I'm gonna have to go. I got a bunch of shit I got to do, and my wife should be getting out of work any time now. We got some stuff we want to do together tonight. Now the schedule for I've got a lot going on tomorrow, but I think I've got it scheduled. I'll try and do a reaction video stream because I know a bunch of you said you had videos that you would wanted to recommend. So I'll try and do a reaction video stream tomorrow. Everything else should be normal. I was able to squeeze in watching some extra Naruto episodes, get them edited and everything, because tomorrow I'm going to be in and out all day. In and out all day, I wish. But I will try and get a stream up tomorrow. The streams really pick my day up, too. I really enjoy them. It's something I've gotten to where I look forward to every day I get up. So anyway, we should be back with a stream tomorrow. Got to go out and do some run around now. This was fun. Thank you, guys. I just enjoy these streams so goddamn much. I love these conversations. And, I'll be back tomorrow. And in the meantime, Pomfu, butter up the pooper. Indeed, D Major. Because we will flashily bang. Oh, it's going to be so flashily. And, man, I just called up my XSplit monitor, and I see Saris's titties staring back at me, and it just makes me so happy. Oh, yeah. Oh, we'll bang, okay? We'll bang indeed. That was creepy.